So is the AI like the piano teacher in this scenario, or?
In a way, yes, but it's actually even more than that because
Yeah.
it can analyze your child's spoken English, it can provide feedback on their pronunciation, their fluency, and even offer suggestions for improvement.
在这城市的街头，孤单的灯光闪烁，我们的故事是否会被风吹散？
Welcome back, everybody, to the Deep Dive. And today we're going deep on VCC21. It's this really interesting program, and
Yeah.
it's designed to help kids in mainland China.
Especially K-12.
Yeah, K-12 specifically, become more fluent in English.
And really develop that liberal arts mastery with a specific focus on English.
Yeah, 21 days to liberal arts mastery. That's their tagline.
Yeah.
So I guess the thing that really kind of caught my eye with this program was they're saying that you can get there
Right.
by focusing on a single habit.
Uh-huh.
And that is
Daily practice with AI-generated short passages in English.
exactly, yeah. So daily practice, obviously, we know is important.
Of course.
But they're saying that if you just focus on this one thing,
Right.
working with these AI-generated short passages, that is the key to unlocking fluency.
Yeah, well, and the key is not just in the passages themselves, it's in the deliberate practice element. And
Right.
and the AI element too. We can get to that in a minute. But
Yeah.
but the deliberate practice is really what
The secret sauce.
yeah, the secret sauce, but it's also something that I think resonates a lot with parents in mainland China who are very familiar with that kind of rigorous practice regimen for their children.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of tapping into something that's already familiar.
Absolutely.
It may be adding this new layer of AI-powered personalization.
Exactly.
So how does this AI actually come into play? Because you mentioned deliberate practice. So
Right.
explain that a little bit more for our listeners, because we're all familiar with like rote memorization and drilling and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's definitely not what this is about.
Right.
It's really about focused, purposeful effort. And what makes it deliberate is that you're getting continuous feedback.
Okay.
So imagine, for example...
So it's not just doing the thing,
Right, yeah.
knowing what you did wrong and improving it.
Exactly. It's like,
Oh.
imagine your child is practicing a piano piece, and they're going through it slowly, carefully. They're paying attention to each note, and they're correcting the mistakes as they go.
Yeah.
Deliberate practice in action. And
Got it.
that's what VCC21 is trying to achieve with English.
So is the AI like the piano teacher in this scenario, or?
In a way, yes, but it's actually even more than that because
Yeah.
it can analyze your child's spoken English, it can provide feedback on their pronunciation, their fluency, and even offer suggestions for improvement.
So it's like having a personal English coach in your pocket.
Exactly. And that's where this whole idea of personalized learning at scale comes in.
Right, because we've all seen language learning apps, but this seems to be taking it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, and another really intriguing aspect is they have this figure called Teacher Chance,
Yeah, I was wondering about Teacher Chance.
who's a tech and product leader, and they also have this AI double.
Oh yeah, the AI double. That's a really fascinating concept.
Yeah, so instead of just getting dry grammar corrections from an app, you have this AI double that acts as a mentor and a coach.
So it's more like a personalized guide
Exactly.
through the process.
Yeah, and that brings a whole other level of engagement to the learning process.
Okay, so tell me more about Teacher Chance, because like, what is their background and how do they fit into all of this?
Yeah, so Teacher Chance is actually a really experienced tech and product leader, which is interesting because it brings a real-world perspective.
Right, so it's not just some academic who's never actually built anything?
Exactly. They've been in the trenches, they understand the skills that are needed in today's world, and they're bringing that expertise to VCC21.
So how does that translate into the actual program? Like, how does Teacher Chance's experience influence what the kids are learning?
Well, I think it comes through in the focus on practical skills and real-world application.
So it's not just about memorizing vocabulary lists.
No, it's about being able to communicate effectively, to think critically, to solve problems all in English.
So it's more about equipping them with the skills they'll actually need to succeed.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's Teacher Chance. What about this AI double? This is the part I'm really curious about. How does this actually work?
Yeah, so the AI double is fascinating because it's designed to be a very supportive and encouraging mentor. It guides learners through the process of deliberate practice. helps them to set goals, track their progress, and provides feedback along the way. But it's not just about giving corrections. It's about fostering critical thinking and problem-solving skills.
So it's more than just a language tutor. It's like a
Yeah.
learning partner.
It's a learning partner, exactly. And it can analyze your child's spoken English, not just for pronunciation, but for fluency and style. It can even offer creative feedback and generation.
Wow, so it's like having a personal writing coach as well.
In a way, yes. It's really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI in education.
Okay, so I'm starting to get the big picture here, but let's bring it back down to earth for a second.
Okay.
Let's say I'm a parent in mainland China, and I'm thinking about using VCC21 for my child. What would that actually look like? How would they interact with the program on a daily basis?
Yeah, so imagine this. Your child wakes up in the morning, they grab their tablet or their phone, and they open up the VCC21 app. They're greeted by their AI double, who's all cheerful and encouraging and ready to start the day's practice session.
So the AI is like their personal cheerleader.
In a way, yes. And it knows your child's progress. It knows their strengths and weaknesses, so it can tailor the practice session accordingly.
Okay, so it's not just a generic one-size-fits-all approach.
Exactly. It's highly personalized.
Okay, I like that.
So the AI might give them a short passage to read aloud. Maybe it's a news article or a story or even a poem. And as your child is reading, the AI is listening attentively and providing feedback in real time.
So is it like correcting their pronunciation as they go?
It can do that, but it's more than just pronunciation. It might point out if they're rushing through certain parts or if they're not emphasizing the right words.
So it's like a speech coach.
Exactly. And it might even offer suggestions on how to make their voice more expressive or how to convey the emotions of the text more effectively.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and after the reading, the AI might ask some comprehension questions just to make sure your child understood the passage, and then it might even give them a creative writing prompt.
Oh, that's cool. So it's not just about passive reading. It's about active engagement with the language.
Exactly. And throughout the whole process, the AI is providing encouragement and support. It's like a virtual high five every step of the way. And then at the end of the session, the AI might give your child a little summary of their performance highlight areas where they did well and suggest areas for improvement. And then, of course, Teacher Chance is there in the background as well, providing guidance and motivation.
So it's like this dynamic duo. The AI is the hands-on coach, and Teacher Chance is the inspirational mentor.
Exactly. And together they create this really unique and effective learning experience.
I'm starting to see how this could be really powerful for kids, especially in a place like mainland China, where English fluency is so highly valued.
Yeah, it's really about empowering children with the skills and confidence to thrive in an increasingly globalized world.
That's a great point. So we've talked about the AI, we've talked about Teacher Chance, but what about the content itself? Like, what kind of passages are the kids actually practicing with?
Yeah, so the passages are really diverse. They cover a wide range of topics and styles. You might have news articles, stories, poems, even excerpts from famous speeches.
So it's not just like dry textbook material.
No, it's designed to be engaging and interesting, and the AI is constantly generating new content, so there's always something fresh to practice with.
Okay, so that keeps it from getting repetitive
Exactly.
and boring.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm really intrigued by this whole VCC21 concept, but I do have one question that's been kind of nagging at me.
Okay, what is it?
This heavy reliance on AI, could it actually hinder the development of essential social and communication skills?
That's a valid concern, and it's something that VCC21 has definitely considered.
Ugh.
The program encourages daily practice with the AI, but it's not about replacing human interaction altogether.
So it's not meant to be like a substitute for real conversations.
Exactly. It's meant to supplement and enhance traditional learning methods.
So it's about finding that balance between technology and human connection.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
And parents still play a vital role in creating a rich language learning environment for their children. Reading English books together, watching English movies, encouraging them to use English in everyday conversations, all of that is still important.
So it's about integrating the AI into a holistic approach to language learning.
Precisely.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And ultimately, the goal is to empower children with the tools and confidence to use English in a variety of contexts, both online and offline.
So it's about giving them the fluency and the flexibility to navigate a world where English is increasingly important.
Exactly.
Well, I think this has been a really enlightening deep dive into the world of AI-powered language learning and VCC21 in particular.
It's definitely an exciting development in the field.
But before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought. We've seen how VCC21 leverages AI to personalize learning and make it more engaging. But could this approach be the key to unlocking true fluency? Could it help children go beyond simply passing tests and actually embrace English as a language for thinking, learning, and connecting with the world?
That's the ultimate question, isn't it? And it's one that each parent and child will have to explore for themselves.
But one thing is clear, VCC21 offers a glimpse into a future where technology and human ingenuity work together to create powerful and personalized learning experiences.
It's a future worth considering.
Absolutely. And we encourage all of our listeners to delve deeper into VCC21 and its potential to empower their child's English language journey.
And we'll be back next week to explore another fascinating topic in the world of education and technology.
Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.
Okay. So, paint me a picture here.
Sure.
My child is sitting down, they're ready to practice.
Okay.
What's going on?
So they're working with one of these AI-generated passages.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a story, maybe it's a news article.
And they're reading it aloud.
Okay.
And the AI is listening.
Uh-huh.
And it's not just listening passively.
Okay.
It's actually analyzing their speech
Got it.
and giving feedback.
So what kind of feedback are we talking about?
Well, it could be anything from pronunciation
Okay.
to fluency to even style.
Okay, so it's not just like, you said that word wrong.
Right. It's more nuanced than that.
Okay.
It might say something like, you're rushing through the exciting parts of the story.
Oh, interesting.
Try to slow down and emphasize those words.
Okay, so it's really about helping them to become more expressive.
Exactly.
Right.
Or it might say, you're not using enough descriptive language.
Uh-huh.
Try to add some more adjectives and adverbs to your sentences.
So it's like having a writing coach built into the program.
In a way, yes.
I like that.
And the AI can even show them a video of a native speaker saying the word correctly.
Oh, wow. So they can actually see and hear the correct pronunciation?
Exactly.
That's really cool.
So it's providing this instant personalized feedback that helps them to improve in real time.
So how does this differ from, say, a traditional language learning app that might have voice recognition and pronunciation feedback?
It's the level of sophistication
Okay.
and personalization.
Uh-huh.
This AI is constantly learning
Yeah.
and adapting.
Based on the data it's gathering from all its interactions with learners?
Exactly.
Okay, so the more kids use it, the smarter it gets.
Exactly.
That's pretty amazing.
And that's how it can provide this level of individualized feedback at scale.
Right, because we're not talking about a team of engineers constantly tweaking the AI for each student.
No, it's all automated.
Okay, so it's like a virtuous cycle.
Mm-hmm.
More learners, better AI, even better learning outcomes.
Precisely.
But let's not forget about Teacher Chance.
Right.
What role do they play in this seemingly AI-driven program?
Teacher Chance is the heart and soul of VCC21.
Okay.
They provide the human touch,
Yeah.
the guidance, and the motivation that can spark a real love for the language.
So it's not just about the technology. It's about the human connection.
Exactly.
And remember, this program aims for liberal arts mastery.
Right.
And that's where the human element becomes crucial.
Absolutely. The AI might excel at technical aspects of language, but Teacher Chance provides the context, the cultural insights, the inspiration that truly elevates learning.
So it's like a dream team.
Yeah.
A super efficient AI assistant and an inspiring human mentor
Exactly.
working together to create a truly unique and effective learning experience.
And that's how we get to this massively scalable, individualized coaching.
Right, because that was nearly impossible to achieve before AI.
Exactly.
Imagine every child in mainland China, regardless of their location or background, having access to this level of personalized language learning.
That's the vision.
It's a pretty powerful vision.
It is.
But let's shift gears for a moment
Okay.
and address a potential concern some parents might have.
Sure.
Could this reliance on AI actually hinder the development of essential social and communication skills?
That's a valid concern.
We don't want our kids glued to screens all day,
Right, yeah.
interacting only with a virtual tutor.
And VCC21 has addressed that concern
Okay, good.
by striking a balance.
How do they do that?
The program encourages daily practice with the AI, but it's not about replacing human interaction altogether.
So it's not meant to be like a substitute for real conversations.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's meant to supplement
Uh-huh.
and enhance traditional learning methods.
So it's about integrating the AI
Right.
into a holistic approach.
That includes real-world conversations, interactions with peers, guidance from parents and teachers.
So it's about finding that balance between technology and human connection.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
And parents still play a vital role
Mm-hmm.
in creating a rich language learning environment for their children.
So what can parents do to support their child's learning outside of the VCC21 program?
Well, they can read English books together.
Okay.
Watch English movies. Encourage their children to use English in everyday conversations.
So it's about creating opportunities for them to use the language in a natural way.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And ultimately, the goal is to empower children with the tools and confidence to use English in a variety of contexts.
Both online and offline.
Exactly.
So it's about giving them the fluency and the flexibility to navigate a world where English is increasingly important.
Precisely.
I think this has been a really fascinating deep dive into this program, VCC21.
Yeah, it's definitely got some promising elements.
It seems like they're really trying to push the boundaries of what's possible with AI and language learning.
Yeah, the personalized feedback at scale is really impressive.
And I love how they're not just focused on the technical aspects of language.
Right, they're really trying to cultivate a deeper understanding and appreciation for English.
And that's where Teacher Chance comes in.
Exactly, that human element is so important.
But before we wrap up, I want to pose one final question to our listeners. We've seen how VCC21 can help children improve their English skills. But could this approach be the key to unlocking true fluency?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Could it help children go beyond simply passing tests and actually embrace English as a language for thinking, learning, and connecting with the world?
I think it has the potential.
It's definitely an exciting prospect.
It is, and it's something that parents should definitely explore further.
Absolutely. So if you're interested in learning more about VCC21, we encourage you to visit their website.
And we'll be sure to include a link in the show notes.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, but we want to thank you for joining us on this deep dive into VCC21.
It's been a pleasure.
And we hope you found it informative and thought-provoking.
And as always, we encourage you to keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.
Until next time.
城市的街头，孤单的灯光闪烁，我们的故事是否会被风吹散？我站在这个十字路口，回忆。